The air in the attic was stale, heavy with the scent of decaying paper and dust. Elias was packing the last of his grandfather's things when he saw it. A small velvet box, impossibly black, wrapped in tarnished silver wire. There was no dust on it. It felt cold, colder than the room, and far heavier than it looked. Later that night, under the harsh hum of a desk lamp, Elias snipped the silver wire. As the final strand snapped, a rhythmic thrumming began, vibrating through the wood like a tiny mechanical heart. He cracked the lid. Inside, cradled in stained silk, lay a shard of polished stone reflecting an impossible violet light. Sleep was impossible. The thrumming had grown into a texture of noise just on the edge of hearing, 1,000 voices speaking at once. In the dark of his bedroom, a thread of gray mist, fine as a spider's silk, began to coil lazily from the box. Elias lay paralyzed, watching the vapor take shape in the freezing air. By dawn, the dread was a physical weight. Elias grabbed the box and marched into the morning fog. At the edge of the property, he hurled the velvet box deep into a patch of tangled, thorny brambles. He didn't wait to hear it land. He turned and ran, trying to shake the feeling of invisible threads clinging to his skin. He spent the day cleaning, desperate to erase the memory. But as dusk fell and rain began to slick the windows, Elias walked into his living room and stopped dead. There, in the precise center of the rug, sat the box. It was damp from the fog, its silver wires perfectly retied. The silence in the room was absolute. He retreated to his bedroom, keeping the box in sight only because he was too terrified to look away. As he watched, the violet glow shifted to a sharp, angry crimson. His shadow on the wall began to move independently, stretching, twisting, its head turning to look at him even as he remained still. The shadow was no longer flat. It peeled itself off the wallpaper, a three-dimensional entity of oily, smoky blackness. Elias pressed his back against the cold wall, his breath hitching. The creature's head was featureless, save for a single, horizontal seam of violet light that cut through the darkness like a predatory eye. Elias bolted. He scrambled into the hallway, but the entity glided after him, flowing across the ceiling like spilled ink. Every light bulb it passed shattered, showering him in glass. The violet slit of light was locked onto him, navigating the dark with terrifying precision.